What's up, everyone? Welcome to The Flip Side, a Get Your Teach On podcast where we break down, share, and challenge flipped perspectives and insights on different hot topics in education. Today's episode, I am joined by three of my favorite teachers. Montana, Bri, and Christi are here, and we're going to be talking all about battle of the subjects. So I cannot wait to see where this conversation goes. Welcome to The Flip Side. All right, we are back on the Flip Side couch. I have three of my favorite people here. Montana, Christi, and Bri are back on the Flip Side couch, and this is a special episode. It's Battle of the Teachers. So I hope you girls will get ready to get down and battle it out. Okay, here we go. But before we get started, I want to play a little game with you all. We were just talking about all things music, name that tune. Montana was sharing that she has a game in her classroom where she plays a song, and then the students have to name the artist, not the song, but name the artist. So we're going to play this game. I'm going to give you a word, and you have to think of a song that has this word in it.
Okay.
And sing it on
All
the
right.
okay? This is like karaoke live on the Flip Side, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be the title of the song. It could be in the song, whatever that looks like, okay? So do you need an example, or you know how?
No,
Okay.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay. First word is, and you don't share it yet, think first, and then you'll each share.
Oh,
Okay?
get private time.
First
Got it.
word is love. Love. A song that has the word love. Thumbs up when you have it. Okay? Love. A line with love. Okay, here we go. I'll go first. Now, if someone takes your song, you have to come up with another one.
Oh, no.
Okay, here we go. Mine is Love Shack.
Oh.
Okay, that was mine.
That was a good
Montana?
one. You should go and love yourself.
Okay, good one.
Good one. And the way you look at me. She's got to like actually.
She'll get there eventually. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Just a lullaby for your kids if they're in the car too. Are you a singer?
I am.
I knew it.
She's so good.
I was like, great. We choose a singing song.
I know.
Singer.
I'm like, I
Okay.
don't sing.
Okay, Bri.
I was going to say, I will always love.
Oh, I thought you were going with I love rock and roll. I thought
I almost did that, but I
okay.
changed my mind.
All right, next word is
Okay.
baby.
Quickly. I'm
Baby.
thinking
Yeah,
very
someone's probably gonna steal yours
song.
though.
All right.
Okay, Bri, I'll start with you. I'll go last this time.
Baby.
Knew it. That was mine. Okay, that was mine.
It is
Here we go.
also mine.
Yeah.
I need to private think time again.
Okay, Christi.
Well, no, I need more private think time.
Okay,
Montana. Baby, you light up my...
Oh, little one D. Okay, mine is "Cause you'll always be my baby." Do do do. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Christi, you have one?
Yeah, I mean, it's that one song where it's like, no, 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 baby. No, no, no. I don't know. It's like a fast.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking
I have one more. Every time you guys do one, I have one. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay, Little Christmas. Let's
Okay,
go through.
that's
All right.
good.
Next one. Life.
about?
Life. Once you have one, give me a thumb so I know. Life.
Wow, that one was tricky.
Life.
Yeah, this one's hard.
I have mine,
Oh, I have mine too.
but I also saw these two beforehand. So a little more
All
prep
right, you can
time.
go first this time then.
Okay.
Oh.
Life. Okay. Oh, three. Okay, Montana, you can go last. Okay. Here's mine. It's my life. It's now or never. There we go. They're like
That
all
was a good
born
one.
like late 90s. So this is by Little Bon Jovi. There we go. Okay, Christi.
The story of my life.
Oh, good one. Oh, Montana, I'm surprised you didn't get that one. I know you are not a super fan. Okay, Bri.
It's a circle of life.
Oh, good one.
Wait, that
Okay,
was
good one.
really
Montana, do you
good.
have one or are you out on this one? Oh, she's out on this one. All right. Last one. Heart.
Oh,
Heart. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. I have to go back to baby. Hit me, baby, one more time.
that one is a good one,
Okay,
too.
I don't
Wait,
know.
the word's heart? Or...
Yeah. How I did not get that one for Brittany, that's just embarrassing.
Let me think.
As embarrassing as Montana missing the 1D.
I'm just...
Okay, I have heart. I have heart.
Oh, I have mine too.
It could be hearts. Yeah, we can add a plural.
Okay.
I have two, actually.
I might
Okay.
be out on this one.
Okay,
So
no, you're
you
not.
guys
You have
go
to-
ahead.
Okay,
I'm
here we go.
thinking.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart. All right,
That
Montana.
one was good.
Okay, another One Direction. Where the broken heart.
Yeah.
The 1D sing along.
Yes.
Oh my God, did I totally just forget mine? Break. You go next.
No, I can't. It's hard.
No.
It's hard.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Oh, good one. Good
Yeah.
one.
I couldn't if I tried.
I don't have one.
Okay. I'll do you.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'll take yours.
Total eclipse of the heart.
So good.
All right. Awesome.
That was
Oh, that was
I'm
fun.
gonna play this all day.
You can take that to morning meeting
Yep.
with different songs.
That is the blog post.
Exactly. Yeah, put it in the blog
That's
post.
our next PLC.
Awesome. But we are so excited to have you all back on the flip side couch. You are no strangers to it, but go ahead and introduce yourselves really quick so everyone knows who you are, what you do. Bri and Christi, I will start with you all from Tampa. Go ahead.
All right, I'm Bri Roberts. I have been working with Christy for 7 years, and we reside in Tampa, Florida. I have stepped into the admin role, and we're known as the two Tampa coaches. Yes, and I'm Christy. I'm an instructional coach, and yes, I'm excited to be here.
I'm Montana Riley. I teach 5th grade math and science.
Awesome. So this episode is all about Battle of the Teachers. Okay. So this is, we're going to talk about subject areas, battling it out. And we're also going to be talking about being departmentalized, the pros, the cons, all things in between of what that looks like. So first of all, if you had to choose your favorite subject to teach or the subject maybe you've taught most, what would that be? Bri, I'll start with you.
Reading, ELA.
Okay. ELA, math, also ELA. Okay. So Montana outnumbered on this one. We win round one.
I'll fight for myself.
Yeah. Okay. So benefits. Now, I know a lot of people listening, they may be self-contained. They may teach even multiple grade levels, some of them, or co-teach or different. They're all different teacher models. But let's just talk about content area first. So we always say everyone's a reading teacher, but when you think about being departmentalized, have you all been departmentalized
Yeah.
before? Okay.
Yeah, that's
So we can talk about, so that we have in common, all four of us,
yeah.
the benefits of being self-contained or departmentalized. But first, let's just talk about ELA content first. Favorite things about teaching ELA? Let's dive into that. Now, Montana's also been self-contained and taught everything as well. So favorite thing about teaching ELA, for me, it's that the standards spiral. So you always come back to it. I always feel like that's a benefit of ELA because you can go back to something and see how they progress and really hone in on it and everything is basically every standard, so you can continually build on those standards in comparison to math where it is very much
Black and white.
we gotta move on, we gotta do this as a foundation for this, limited time to do that. So that's my pro for ELA.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think when I did teach ELA, I hands down ever since from the beginning is that kids are never too old for a read aloud. And so teaching read alouds and again, really honing in and bringing it back to the life skill that I'm sending these kids away with. A read aloud can do that with so many
the message from
good
reading,
message.
you're gonna say something to apply to your life. I
Yes.
don't know fractions you're gonna apply to your life, but
The
not
connections
not
aren't
in
as
We have
empathy kind of
calculators for
way.
that now.
Yeah.
It could be a life skill, but I don't know if it's like a moral kind of thing.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's a good one. I love the craft of writing, and I know that as educators go through their college programs, there may not be a specific class on how to teach writing. But I was fortunate enough to have a phenomenal instructional coach when I was a teacher, and she taught me the craft of writing and how to teach it. And it's one of the most important, especially for those upper primary grades, 4th, 5th grade, when they're just learning to teach and learn how to write an essay. So I really like writing and how to craft their
personality that
and their
comes out.
tone. Yeah. I would say mine kind of ties into what you said, Montana. I think and I guess yours too, Chris, but with reading, it doesn't matter what age they are. You can take whatever skill you're focusing on for the week, and it can be taught in such a small lesson. And that same lesson can apply when they're older. But with that being said, it's like it can be made so much more broad, or it can be a quick 10-minute turnaround, and they have something to take away too.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
All right, let's flip sides to the flip side.
Okay,
So
let's
we're on
go.
now we're on math. Now, full transparency for me, I only taught math when I taught 1st grade. So every other year I've been self-contained ELA except 1 year in 3rd grade where I taught ELA and math. And I thought I was an ELA only guy for like so long, especially in intermediate, because I always had incredible math partner teachers. That's just how my schools were set up. We were always departmentalized. I loved it. I loved having 2 blocks. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But then when I taught 3rd grade math, I like fell in love with math.
Wait,
all over again.
that happened to me too.
It is, and I like relearn things that as a student I didn't know how to do. Like fractions, my
Right.
mom would tell
I
me.
always had to teach myself the night before, and I
Literally.
taught the lesson
Literally.
the next day.
As an adult, it gets better.
I'm literally like, oh my gosh, that's how you do that? Now I understand. It like makes so much sense. And where I taught math is what I taught in Harlem, and everything was real life. So it was like every number story, every word problem was teachers in our school, us, kids in the class. It was so much fun
Yeah.
to teach math. The year after that, I went back to my school, and my co-teacher, Nikki, who's one of my best friends, she is like the most incredible math teacher. So like, it just makes sense.
It was hers.
Yeah.
Those reins, and I'll handle ELA. But I loved that year of teaching third grade math.
Yes.
And obviously in the primary grades taught it. But one thing I love about math is that it is very, the plan is set for you a lot of times, that it is, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, now we're going to practice, apply, and it's a lot easier to add some of those engagement strategies to kind of bring it to life, because it is what it is. It's very black and white of what it looks like. ELA planning often takes a lot longer because you have to read the text, figure out like, there's a lot more there for me. So math, I love that it was like, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to do it, and kind of dive
Right to the
that
point.
way. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar about the engagement piece for me for math was so much easier when it came to planning, and making it hands-on is super fun. There's so many different topics you can relate it to, but for me, my favorite part about teaching math is I feel like you really see the light bulb moment.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, all of a sudden
There's a right, because in math,
There's a right or wrong.
Yeah.
exactly.
In reading, it's like, well, you're almost there,
so
but if you go back to
subjective.
graph too. Yeah.
Right. So I think with math, you really see the light bulb moments, and when you see that in their eyes, it's like, yes, it got through to them, and they feel so good about it, and we had fun doing it.
And generically speaking, if you ask a student what their favorite time of the day or subject is, the majority say math or science.
They
Like that
do.
is what they really
Yeah.
love it.
They do.
And I think it is because there's so much structure and there's so much. I got it. I feel good about it. When I'm reading it is very.
So open-ended.
Yeah, and I think
So-
too, like when you teach math, because I did have a year where I taught all subjects, but when I taught math, I remember it being their favorite time of the day, like you kind of just mentioned, and I think it was their favorite time of the day because we're fast paced with it,
Yeah.
and it's not just sticking to the one story, and then we're gonna elaborate the next day, and then we're gonna do a cold
Yeah.
read that has to do with this
And
concept.
it takes 10 minutes.
And then
to
we're
read
gonna
the story
write
the
a
first time.
paragraph. Yes. And I think for them, they liked the fast pace. So
Yes.
that's how these students work these days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bri, what about you?
I would say I felt that, so I did ELA departmentalized for 3 years. Then I had 1 year of self-contained before I started coaching. And I never thought I would be a math teacher, but I would say if I had my dream classroom opportunity at this point, if it was how my school runs it right now, I would go back and be a 5th grade math teacher because I taught the block 4 times a day.
Wow.
And so I'll get into that when we get into the pros and cons, but teaching that same lesson 4 times a day in technically 4 different ways because we do ability group, I think that would be so fun.
Yeah, let's dive into it right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all have experience being departmentalized and self-contained. Let's talk about, I'm going to start with Montana.
Mhm.
Is this your first year being departmentalized or second?
It's not. So it's a little
Okay,
complicated.
tell us the story.
Okay, so when I first got hired at my amazing school as a little first-year teacher, they're like, okay, this is departmentalization. You're going to be teaching reading and writing. Okay,
Yep.
sounds good. Like in college in North Carolina, like I don't remember learning a whole lot about like the different models
Yeah.
that you could teach. So I just went
And it
with
also wasn't always a thing.
Like that.
A lot-
Yeah.
Like a lot of schools are, even still, they're like, oh, wow, we could enter this world.
Yeah.
Where others, I mean, out in elementary school, I was departmentalized. I had 3 different teachers, one for
That's
writing, one for math, like when I grew up. So that was something that I was used to in upper elementary. But a lot of students don't experience that until
I didn't see it until
high
middle
school.
school.
Yeah, and I feel like people who are listening who maybe don't know what departmental
Yes, please
is.
explain it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when you as a teacher, you just teach math and science, and then your students move to another room to learn ELA with another teacher.
Yeah, so
or
you're
vice
teaching your
versa.
one content area, and then someone else is teaching. They're switching. You have multiple blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 2, you're switching twice. Sometimes it's a 3-way switch. Where
Yeah.
it's you're doing it that way.
Yeah.
I've seen so many different models of how it
Mhm.
works. But go ahead, Montana, finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started out as departmentalized with just ELA in 4th grade. And I loved it as a first-year teacher because I could really hone in on those subjects. And, like, it was less overwhelming. It still was overwhelming, let's be clear. Like, my first year of teaching was so challenging. But I learned so much. And then when COVID hit, we went virtual. And my admin team said, you know what, guys, we'd rather just you stick to one group of kids and teach all the subjects.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, I am going to teach math for the first time virtually. Okay. But I did it, and it was like the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever done, because I was, again, teaching myself, like reteaching myself long division, how to multiply by hand, and doing it virtually was really challenging. But then when we came back in person, we did self-contained for 2 years, and then we were like, okay, guys, we're 5th grade. We're hearing some feedback that the transition to middle school is really hard with having 6, 7 different teachers with different expectations. And so we were like, well, let's go back to departmentalizing. My team perfectly was like, well, these 2 wanted to do ELA and these 2 wanted to do math and science. And so it worked out really well. And with me having a co-teacher for all these years, a special education co-teacher, my special ed co-teacher follows my class over to the other teacher and provides their services in ELA, rather than it just being me and her in the room all day long. And so as a teacher, I fell back in love with math, even though it was not my favorite growing up. And now I can really focus on math and science and make my lessons so much more engaging, and really like take the time to like dedicate planning and engagement strategies to those lessons and teach them twice. And so the afternoon lesson always goes so different than the morning lesson. I'm like, man, I should have done that in the morning. But that's the beauty of it, is like you get to learn and do it twice and do it better the next time.
What's up, everyone? It's Chris. Thank you so much for listening to part 1 of this episode of The Flip Side. To continue the conversation, be sure to tune in next week for part 2 of this episode. Until then, we'll catch you on The Flip Side.